and we need to traverse across the front of this glacier.
I'm just kind of wondering what I'm getting myself into. It started to get a little stressful and I started getting a little bit nervous, but you kind of have to push that aside and just go for it.
We're looking for some steep faces, and we're gonna set up a couple ropes on that one, and then hidden behind there in a ravine, there's another ice climb that we're gonna set up.
As each person put on their harnesses and grabbed an ice axe, it was unbelievably difficult for, I think, every single person.
I really didn't know what to expect. It was going to be first for me, a lot of first, and I'm doing it all first on an amputation. I was actually a little worried about it. Not a little worried, I was quite worried about it.
I fall down, but I can get back up, and I'm pretty good at that.
We had a total of 9 people plus 4 guides. There was a variety of obvious physical capabilities. A couple people were not as clearly in the same condition as others, and that was a little bit of a concern.
You know, I got some blisters and whatnot, but that just made it all the more challenging for me. You know, it said, hey, you don't have to quit when it gets tough.
We headed out, and the intent was to hike a couple miles to the McKinley River and cross that multi-braided river that at this time of year should have been ankle to calf deep. As we got close, you could hear it roaring, and we knew we had a different beast.
That required scouting and in formation, teams of 4 holding each other, so the biggest guy is making an eddy and everyone else is behind holding up the biggest guy so that he doesn't topple over.
Treacherous, challenging terrain. You work hard to get to where you are, to see what you're seeing, and I think that's what makes it worth it even more. It's kind of the basic fundamental in life, you know. You have stresses out there when you're on the tundra, when you're on the glaciers, when you're doing ice climbing, but it's just a personal stress. You know, it's a wanting to do well, wanting to mix with the team, but it's not the stress of the world.
What's especially unique to Combat Wounded Veterans Challenge is their focus on research, getting data and advancing the understanding of the conditions that these veterans have to deal with.
So we're measuring how many steps they take, caloric output, the distance traveled, how they're sleeping, you know, their heart rate throughout the day. We're going to take all those and just have a big picture of, you know, what it really takes to do a trip like this. I mean, you're carrying an 80-pound pack and we're stepping over rocks and climbing up boulders and, you know, up and down mountains.
I think the personalities are much more important than any skills or physical capabilities. I would much rather pick a team of people that got along well together than any other factor. And I think that was a huge part of this week.
When we first got here, they asked, what do you want to get out of this? And I said, I want to find myself again. I want to find clarity and peace of mind. The therapeutic value of this trip, I don't know any other way you could get it than to do it in a way, in a setting like this. You have clarity like I haven't had in years, you know, since before my injury.
Just to know what they've been through and to see them come out here and just, you know, be all over a mountain, you know, be like little billy goats hopping up a hill, you know, it truly is inspiring.
And if you don't like sort of rein them in, before you know it, they're like up on these little peaks over there, and you know, they don't wait around.
I've got this energy in me right now that's so positive, and I'm ready to go forward. And I would say that if you were out there and you were in a position where you weren't sure what you wanted and you weren't sure what you needed, go for this, because this experience with the challenge behind it, with your teammates pushing you, everybody thrives off of each other. If nothing more, it puts you in a place where you were before your traumatic event, and you feel whole again.
When I was trying to get over that ledge, I didn't think I could do it. And I was scared and I was gonna give up. I don't know where it came from. It was just, I don't know if it was the encouragement, but it was pulling somewhere from inside. I really am gonna be okay. I really am gonna be more than okay. I really am gonna be, like, maybe I found my new normal.
You could see in their faces and the way they felt and the way they were walking and talking that something remarkable had truly happened for several people.
I'm gonna be okay for now. This provided me with some drive and some motivation to get through a whole lot of challenges from here on out. The emotion that's flowing through me right now, I don't know how to talk about how it's gonna make me better, but it is.